our lesson for today. So let's start this lesson by talking about what we did last time.
Yes.
Now, last time, remember, we talked about how Absalom decided that he was going to rebel against his father David so that he could be king. And a lot of people who were on David's side decided that they were going to go and switch and be on Absalom's side.
Yes.
But a few people remained loyal to King David. And one of these people was Ahithophel, who was one of David's advisors.
Yes.
But he pretended to advise Absalom so that he could give him bad advice.
Yes.
And then also David had two spies, and this was Jonathan and Ahimaaz. And these two spies risked their lives so that they could tell David a message about Absalom's plans, which were to wait and gather a big army so that Absalom could lead all of them into battle.
Yes.
So the spies ran and they told David this message.
But really, that plan was just to slow Absalom down so that David and his men could have time to plan themselves. Because remember, David and his men had run away, and the men who were supporting him, that is, had run away from Jerusalem because Absalom was actually a threat to them, so they had run away so that they could be safe.
Yes.
But now the two spies have come with this information to David, and when they told David this information, David knew that now me, together with my supporters, we still have time to plan ourselves to attack Absalom.
Yes. So David and his men crossed the river Jordan, and then they headed to a city that's known as Mahanaim.
Yes.
And in Mahanaim, at the gates, they found all of these people there welcoming them, ready to welcome them. And they had blankets, they had food, and they had meat and vegetables,
cheese,
and honey, and all of this nice food. So David and his men were able to eat, get their strength back, and they were even given a place to rest. And then they went and they slept, and when they woke up, they were ready to go into battle.
Enough to go into battle, and David was even ready to go into battle together with them, and so he prepared himself. But as he was going, the men told him, No, you're too precious to us. We cannot allow you to go and die in battle.
You can't go and fight.
Cannot
you're
go
too
and
important.
Fight.
You have to stay.
Yes, so they insisted that David stayed behind as they went to battle against Absalom's men.
Yes, and David agreed. He didn't want to stay behind, but he eventually agreed because they all said, stay. So David decided that he was going to stay, but he told his men and he asked his men, please, for my sake, be gentle with Absalom.
Yes,
do not hurt him. Do not kill him. Be gentle with him because David still loved his son.
Yes, but on the other side in Jerusalem, Absalom and his men were so much prepared to go and attack David and even to kill him together with his men. And so Absalom gathered his army, and they went and crossed the Jordan River to go and find David and his men.
Yes, but when they crossed the Jordan, they found David and his men, and David's men were ready to attack Absalom. So they attacked, and they fought, and they fought, and they fought. And as they fought, David's men were moving forward, while Absalom's men were moving backward. Meaning that David's men were winning the battle. Yes.
So at some point, some of David's men, as they were walking through the forest, they found Absalom. And so when Absalom saw them, he was on a donkey. So when he saw them, he turned and tried to run away. But on his way, as he was running, his hair got stuck in one of the branches in the trees in the forest.
Yes.
And then he got stuck, and then the donkey was so afraid and frightened. Yes, the donkey ran away, and then Absalom was left there hanging on the tree with his hair.
Yes, and he was confused in this because when his hair got caught in the tree, he hit his head on the branch, then his hair got caught, and he was hanging because remember the donkey is high. So now Absalom was left there hanging. And when David's soldiers saw this, they went back and told Joab. Remember, Joab was David's general. So they told Joab what had happened with Absalom. And Joab looked at the soldier and said, why did you not kill Absalom? Why did you kill him? He said, I would have given you a lot of money. I would have made you so
I would have
rich.
rewarded you greatly if you had killed him. But the men said, no, there's no way we would have killed David, not for any, there's no way we'd have killed Absalom, not for any reward,
no amount of money would have made us, because King David asked us to be gentle with him and to not hurt him, so there's nothing that would have made us kill him. Then Joab took some of his soldiers and they went to the tree where Absalom was still hanging.
So they
with
found
his
him
hair
still
caught.
hanging with his hair caught in the branches. And what Joab and the soldiers did is they killed Absalom. And then Joab sounded the trumpet and called all his soldiers
all the
together.
soldiers came together and he announced that now that Absalom is dead,
We have won the battle.
and now there is no longer a rebellion against David.
Yes. But one of the spies that had gone to tell David the message about Absalom's plan also wanted to go and tell David that Absalom was now dead
And that they had
and
won.
that they had won. But Joab knew that David would be very angry with anyone who would bring the news of Absalom's death to him. So he said, no, you're not going to go, but I'm going to send a slave to go and tell David that Absalom is dead.
Yes, but this spy, one of the spies is Ahimaaz. Now
Yes.
Ahimaaz was a great messenger, and he said, he insisted and insisted
I
and
want to
insisted,
go.
I want to go, I want to go, I want to deliver this message. So Ahimaaz and this other slave that had been sent as a messenger went to tell
deliver
David the message. Yes.
Yes, so from these children we learn that when you do the wrong thing and you don't repent or turn away from your evil ways, then evil will catch up with you, just like Absalom. Absalom died simply because he refused to confess and to repent
And ask for forgiveness.
Yes, and ask for forgiveness, because remember, first of all, he organized a feast, and then he killed his brother so that he could be king.
And then he refused to wait for David to grow old and
He
stop
turned
being king.
people
He
against
turned
him.
people against his own father, and then he drove his father out of his home.
Yes, and then he was very selfish and he had a lot of pride in him, and he did all these evil things, and he did not ask for forgiveness, he did not confess, and he did not repent. And so because he did all these wrong things and did not want to ask for forgiveness, then his evil caught up with him, and that is the only reason why he died.
Yes, so when you do evil things, you need to repent, because if you don't, you do evil and evil follows you, and it's bad for evil to follow you. So we need
Yes.
to remember, always repent, and so that evil things will not follow you.
Yes, so that's our lesson, but now we're going to stand up and sing our song. So let's all stand up and sing this song.
So we've just learnt about how Absalom was caught in a tree and how he died because David's men had come and they defeated his men, and then they even killed Absalom. Now this happened because Absalom did evil things and he never repented, and when you do evil things, evil follows you. So we're gonna sing a song that reminds us to always follow Jesus anywhere and everywhere, because if we follow Jesus, we'll always be safe. So everyone stand up and help us sing this song. Jesus said, "Come follow me." Mark 1, verse 17. With my heart, what I say, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Jesus said, "Come follow me." Mark 1, verse 17. With my heart, what I say, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Over here, over there, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Over here, over there, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Jesus said, "Come follow me." Mark 1, verse 17. With my heart, what I say, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Over here, over there, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Over here, over there, I'll follow Jesus everywhere. Let's follow Jesus everywhere. Yay! Okay, kids, it's time for us to do our craft. Now, we've just talked about how Absalom died because when he turned to run away from David's soldiers, he hit his head on a tree, and his hair got caught up in its branches. And we're gonna make a craft that will remind us about what Absalom did and what happened to Absalom. Because remember, our lesson today is when you do evil things will follow you. So it is important for us not to do evil things. And if we do make a mistake, we go back and we repent. So we are gonna make Absalom hanging from the branch of a tree. So for this, we have a brown paper here. It's just a full brown paper that we decided we are gonna take, and we're going to roll it so that it can form a branch. And then we also have a small Absalom, and we also have Absalom's hair. Now we're gonna tie Absalom's hair to the branch of a tree, which is why we have made it into a wad like this. So it's all stuck together, so nothing will come out. So this is just thread we took and we made a branch of a tree. And then with manila paper, we made several leaves. Made all of these leaves that we're gonna put on the branch of our tree so that we can have a tree branch that looks like a real tree branch. So we're gonna move all of our small items to the side, and we're gonna start with our brown paper. So I want you to take your brown paper and just roll it. So roll it all the way around. You can put a pencil in this if you need help rolling it, but just roll it until you get a branch. And then after you have a branch, take tape or staple it or anything, but we're going to use tape and make sure that it won't unroll itself. So make sure it's secure and it won't undo itself. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the leaves to the branch of our tree. So for this, you can use glue, you can use tape, or you can use a stapler. Whatever you do, just make sure that your leaves will not fall from the branch.
They're stuck.
Yes, that they're stuck. So I have all these leaves, and I'm going to use my stapler to staple them on. Don't worry if the shape of your branch changes because you've stapled.
It's a branch.
It's a branch. It's never straight. It's never fully straight. We're just trying to make them secure. And there we go. My branch is now full of leaves, and it actually does look like a branch. It looks like a tree branch, right? So the next thing we need to do is we need to work on Absalom. So take your Absalom. So what we did here is we drew a man, and then we colored his outfit. We used red for his outfit. And after coloring him, we made an angry face because he's stuck in a tree, so there's no way he's going to be happy. So we made an angry face. Then let's take our hair and let's staple it onto Absalom's head. And again, make sure it's very secure. So once you've stapled his hair onto his head, bring your branch back and tie his hair onto the branch so that it can look like he's stuck. It can look like his hair is tangled up in the branch of a tree.
And one thing I think when you're doing this craft is how Absalom really loved his hair. I think he almost idolized his hair.
Yes, and he only cut it once. So it was
it's funny how that's the only thing that got stuck on the branches, and he could not move because he was stuck.
Exactly. Okay, so now here we have our craft. So you see we have Absalom, and he's stuck in the tree. He's hanging from the tree. He's not falling. He's hanging on the tree because he did evil things, so evil things followed him, and that is why when he got stuck in the tree, Joab came and he killed him and he died.
So we can write on one of our leaves and just say Absalom is stuck on a tree.
And our memory verse for today is 2 Samuel chapter 17 and 18. And that's how we get the story of Absalom. So on another leaf, just write 2 Samuel 17 and 18. And there you're going to see how Absalom got stuck on the tree and how he was killed. He got trapped on this tree because he could not move. He could not get down because his hair was tangled on the branch of the tree. And that is how Joab and his men came and killed him. So Absalom died on that day. Yes, yeah. So that's our lesson today. That's our craft today. Until next time, bye.